What's up, Jags fans? This video took me a hot minute to make. I ain't gonna lie to you. Needed to take some time to collect myself, collect my emotions. After the Jaguars unfortunately fell to the Kansas City Chiefs, who are now on their way to the Super Bowl. They fell to the score of 20-27. And I didn't make an instant reaction video. I didn't do a live stream. I didn't do anything like that because I felt like in order to do a proper reaction, I really needed to soak in everything. I really needed to give my mind some time to process what that game was and really this entire season. And the only logical conclusion that I can come to, which will be the title of this video, is that the Jacksonville Jaguars are dead. And it's amazing. The Jacksonville Jaguars in the 2022 season officially died. And it is the best thing that could have ever happened to us. What are you talking about? Why are you spewing nonsense? He's a hater. He hates everything the Jaguars do. He's not a real fan. Can't stand this guy. Ban him. Get him off of YouTube. This logo above me, this logo on my shirt, this logo on my chair here, logo on my hat, the logo above me here hanging on my wall, right up over top here, above the flag. The logo of the Jacksonville Jaguars for many, many years has brought a stigma along with it, has brought a feeling of bleh. The average NFL fan, when they look at it, especially if they're looking at it on their team's record or their team's schedule coming up, they say, oh, cool, get right game. Cool, this is the W. Cool, we played the Jaguars. Awesome. That is no more. The Jacksonville Jaguars have died. What we have known them to be, they have died officially. This team was not supposed to be in this game. The Jaguars were not supposed to be playing the Chiefs. If you had said to me last August that the Jaguars in 2022 would sweep the Titans, would win the division, win a playoff game, a historical playoff game at that, and only lose a one-possession game to the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead in the divisional round, I would have told you were crazy. I would have said there's no chance. Well, maybe a little chance, but not much of a chance. Hardly any chance. I give it like a 2% chance. That's what happened. Year one for Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. That is what that team was able to accomplish. We are going into next season fully confident, at least I am, that the Jaguars will win the AFC South. The Jaguars will win double-digit games in the regular season. The Jaguars will be a deep playoff team, and there goes my cover falling off the back of my chair. The Jaguars, unlike my cover there, just falling right in the middle of my video, the Jaguars will not fall. The Jaguars are here to stay. For the first time since the 90s with Brunell and Tomlin, the Jaguars have a formula for sustainable winning success. And it's amazing. This symbol, what it has meant the last decade plus outside of 2017, the meaning behind the whole team name, the whole franchise name, is dead. It's dead. And it is alive, more alive than it has ever been. And it's an amazing thing. You know what? Forget it. I was gonna make a separate video. I do all my videos on the fly. I was gonna make a separate video, really kind of breaking down this season. But you know what? Since we're talking about the death and rebirth of the Jaguars in this video, I'm just gonna do it right here, right now. I'm gonna do a quick recap of what this season was. Lost a close game to the Commanders. We thought Trayvon Walker was going to be a superstar in that game. Not saying he's a bust, not calling him a bust yet, but the flashes that he showed in that game, didn't see a whole lot of it after that game. I'm just saying. I know some Jag fans are really on Trayvon Walker, but until he really proves me wrong, I'm kind of going to be beating that drum till the end of time. But that's neither here nor there. The thing that I took away from that game was Trayvon Walker might actually be something. And then I was disappointed for most of the rest of the season. Week 2, Colts can't win in Jacksonville. That continued. Go on the road against the Chargers. Beat the crap out of them. Trevor Lawrence threw at least 3-4 touchdowns. 38-10. Destroyed them. Jags start 2-1. You think, wow, we knew Doug Peterson was good. We believed that Trevor Lawrence was just in a horrible situation his rookie year, that it could be turned around. We did not expect to be 2-1 coming out of the gate. Well, then we were kind of pushed back down to reality. Go to Philly and lose. Come home to play the Texans to lose. Lose to the Giants. I can't remember the specific order. There was another game. And then they went to London to play the Denver Broncos, who couldn't score points at all. And they scored plenty of points that game. Trevor Lawrence played terrible. And Jaguar fans are questioning, is Trevor Lawrence the guy? Is Trevor Lawrence really a franchise quarterback? You know, I never really doubted. It upset me, that London game, and the stretch that he was playing. It did make me think he might really need more time than we thought in order for him to become that guy. He isn't ready yet. It may take a full season and a half under Doug Peterson for things to really get going. And then the Jaguars came home, played the LA Raiders, didn't get a bye week after the London game. They played the Raiders, and at this point the Jaguars are 2-6. Jaguars win that game. They were down 17 points. And at one point during that game, I was just like, things will never change. Things will never change. The Raiders are terrible. We're 2-6, and we're down 17 points to this team. We are just a cursed franchise. But then, the switch was flipped. Jaguars came back from down 17 points to beat the Raiders. Okay. Go to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs for the bye week. Lost by 10 points. But a couple missed field goals, illegal man downfield, cost one of Trevor Lawrence's touchdowns to be called back. Jaguars could have won that game. Okay, so you go into the bye week 3-7. I had predicted them to go 4-6 before the season started. So I'm like, I'm only one off. If the Jaguars end up, winning 2 more games down the stretch, I guess that's a good thing with 6 wins, whatever. I've never checked out of the season, but I wasn't necessarily looking towards the draft. I wanted to win every game possible, but at this point, Tennessee was 7-3. We were 3-7, and I knew even a wild card, especially in the AFC, was so far-fetched. Didn't think it was happening. Then it happened. The Jaguars come out of the bye week, and they beat the Baltimore Ravens. Trevor Lawrence has an incredible second half in that game. An amazing game-winning drive to beat the Ravens. But when we beat the Ravens, well, this is why the Ravens won't pay Lamar Jackson. The Ravens' defense ain't as good as we thought. Oh, okay. And then the Jaguars go to Detroit and totally crap the bed. And then we're like, okay, well, we're still not there yet. We still suck. Trevor Lawrence almost dies, and I'm convinced that he tears everything in his knee is just torn to shreds. But it ended up not happening, because after that Lions game, the Jaguars would go on an incredible winning streak. They would go to Nashville to beat the hated Titans, not just beat them, destroy them, with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry playing, so it's not their backups. Destroyed them. Then they would come home to play the Dallas Cowboys, and at one point it's 27-10, and you think the Jaguars, we are not there to play this level of competition. And then Trevor Lawrence said, "No, Jersey Jaguar, no, just watch this, my child." And then the Jaguars would come back and win that game against an elite playoff team. Well, hold on, not elite, but a good, solid playoff team, the Dallas Cowboys. The Jaguars would come back and win that game in overtime. And then after the Cowboys game, let's see, I'm losing track. Then we went to play the Jets. That was kind of a whatever. Still won. Played the Texans. Won that game. And then at this point, on the other side, the Titans are lose, lose, lose. The Jags are win, win, win. And wouldn't you know it, for the first time ever, the Jaguars get flexed to a Saturday night game to play the most hated divisional opponent in primetime in Jacksonville. Winner takes the division. Was a scary game. Wasn't fun. I was hoping that would be a 35-10 blowout and a party. But the Jags made me sweat it out, as they tend to do. But the Jaguars still won. I bought an AFC South Champions t-shirt and hat because of that fateful night. Jaguars would go on to win that. Then they would go on the next Saturday night to play the Los Angeles Chargers in the first round of the playoffs. Now, some Jaguar fans were like, "Hey, we didn't think we'd be here. This season's already good enough. Like, I can't believe we're here right now. Can't believe we're here." And for the first half of that game, I wish we weren't there. I'll be honest, I'll confess what I said multiple times while sitting over there on my couch. I looked at my wife and my cousin. I said, "You know what? It would have been better if they just lost to the Titans last week, because it's not worth getting to the playoffs to watch this happen." I made that comment. Don't unsubscribe, please. I'm an emotional human being. I'm an emotional fan. Please don't unsubscribe. Forgive me, Jaguar Nation, for saying that. I know. I'm a terrible person. Horrible, horrible fan. Third largest comeback in NFL history in the playoffs. Jaguars will come back from 27-0 to win that thing 31-30. Trevor Lawrence had the most horrible first half of any quarterback ever in any game possible, to follow it up with one of the best second halves. And the Jaguars are going to win that game. And I'll be honest, I allowed myself to have hope that the Jaguars could go to Arrowhead the next week and beat the Chiefs. But you know what? Jaguars couldn't capitalize on certain things, and that's okay. Because to wrap around to what I started talking about in the beginning of this video, this 13-minute video and counting, the Jaguar name, the Jaguar logo, what it's meant, is dead. We are a new franchise. We're a new team. And this is not like 2017 where it's one and done. The Jaguars are not going 4-12 or whatever next season. It's not happening. The Jaguars will win the AFC South next year. The Jaguars will go to the playoffs. The Jaguars will win a playoff game next year. It will happen again next season. This is a new team. Trevor Lawrence is the real deal. Doug Peterson is Coach of the Year. Don't care if he actually wins it or not. He is Coach of the Year. And the Jacksonville Jaguars have died and are more alive than they have ever been before. And it's a beautiful thing. That's all I got for you guys. That was my 14-minute ramble. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. And I know my faithful viewers and followers, I know what you're wondering if you made it this far. Where is his intro? Where's the intro that some of you love, some of you hate? Well, I'm going to make a new one. I don't know when, but I am going to come out with a new intro. Because even though he's still an idiot, the Jaguars are winning now, so can't really bash Shad Khan on my intro anymore. So I'll be making a new intro at some point. You guys will, hopefully you like it. I don't know. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Hit the like button. Go Jags.